Hello there, and welcome back, you guys. Today we're going to take a look at the Mega Halo Halo 2 character pack. This set's been out for a while. Finally getting a chance to take a look at it, so we're going to go ahead and get this open. And make sure you stay till the end of the video, because at the end of the video, we're going to go and open one of these blind bags, which will be this one right here. Will get opened at the end of the video, so stay tuned. So when you order it, this is how it'll arrive to you in this shipper box. Depending on actually how you order it, it might come exactly like this, how mine was. They just literally threw a label on right there and called it good. If you ordered multiple at the same time, they might throw it into a bigger box. That's hit or miss. I don't know for sure for you, unfortunately. But what you get Mattel logo, toys, some sort of branding there, a little bit of box damage, but that's fine because I'm going to open it. Mega Halo 2 character pack, HXL07, Henry X-Ray Lincoln 07. That's the model number. Made in China. One piece, referring to the set as being one piece, so you didn't think there were two sets in the box. That's the Amazon thing, inventory-wise. Same thing with that. That's something Amazon related. That down there, that's your product code for Mattel. Bring it over to this side here. This is not my address. That's the Mattel stuff. But Mega Halo, Halo 2 character pack. All the same info. On the bottom side here, you got a bunch of your legalese, don't give it to babies, that kind of stuff. This other side's the exact same as the other side. This one, you just got the Mattel logo, toys, that stuff, Mattel stuff, and that stuff, and yeah, Mattel brands, division stuff. Here's a look at the front of the box. We'll go from top left to bottom right. We got Mega Halo. We've got 20 characters. We've got all of our characters on display here. We're just missing their accessories. As you can notice, the crown for the Prophet of Regret is not on the Prophet of Regret's head. It's a pretty common thing I've seen on my Halo character pack, the 20th anniversary one, that had the same exact thing happen. I'll try to see if I still have a picture of that. Yep, was able to find it. There you go. So Prophet's missing his crown. It's actually on Carter's face, so it looks like it's a facehugger from Aliens. Going down here, you got a UPC. That must be for the foreign releases of the set or something, because this was Amazon exclusive, so that shouldn't matter. 13 plus, 338 pieces. You got your set number, HXL07, Henry X-Ray Lincoln 07. Halo 2 character pack. Foreign languages we're not going to read. Halo 2. Bring it over to the side here. You got a picture of the red and blue Spartans. All of the figures, Halo 2 character pack in like 500 languages. Mega Halo 2. It's interesting it says Mega Halo 2. Top side here, we've got the Mega logo in the blue and the white. We've got a few of our characters. The Arbiter before he becomes the Arbiter. Guilty Spark, Johnson in his dress blues, Master Chief, Prophet of Regret, and Tartarus. Let's see, that side. The other side here, you've got a big picture of the Master Chief. Is that supposed to be? Yeah, that could be a Halo 2 Anniversary Chief. It almost looks like a Halo 3 Chief to me. Top here, you got Mega Halo 2. And then down at the bottom, you got a picture of all of the characters. And then on to the back side. Here, we've got the Master Chief. We got Sergeant Johnson in his dress blues. Del Vandamy, which is the Arbiter in his gold armor from before he became the Arbiter. Prophet of Regret, who's in this hologram form. We got the Elite Counselor. And we've got ODST Stacker, Marine Pilot, a Grunt Spec Ops, Grunt Heretic, Elite Combat Form of the Flood, and a Marine Combat Form of the Flood. We've got 2401 Penitent Tangent, whatever. I barely remember that guy. I know he was there. That was the one that didn't... the Gravemind had him in his clutches. Then we got Tartarus, Brute Honor Guard, a Brute Captain. And then we've got our red and blue Mark 6 Spartans in kind of that gummy plastic. Corporal Palmer, and then 343 Guilty Spark, and Cortana in purple. And then Mattel stuff, Xbox 343 stuff, legalese, don't give this to babies under 3. And let's go get this open. So up top here, you just got one piece of tape. You could do it from the other side if you wanted to, but we're going to go from the top. Just pop this open. And then inside of here, we've got a blister. We've got instructions, and then all of our extra pieces. All the extra pieces are kind of tucked in at the top up here. There's all your weapons, stands, and then that leaves just this blister pack, pull straight out, and that brings the instructions too, so there's nothing else in the box. We're gonna toss that off to the side. Make sure we don't lose this little crown. And then the instructions are actually making up the backing for this. Set that over, set that out of the way, get that off. And there are our characters. There's that, and our instructions. As for the instructions, as I was saying, they do make up the backing for the figures inside of the package. Rotate it over here, you've got your parts list. You've also got a diagram on how to build a few of the figures. Not all of them, just a couple of the more complex ones. Pop that over, and then you get your parts checklist if you needed it. Just kind of skim over that. There's your stands, weapons, and all of that kind of stuff. Looks like 2 pieces for that hammer. All the figures up top. There we go. And that's that. We're going to bring in the bleachers. This is from the Outland Skirmish set. I'm just going to use this for displaying the figures while we talk about them. So inside here, we've got our baggie full of weapons, as well as some of our other bits and odds and ends. Go ahead and get this all open. You do get individual stands for each figure. I personally would have rather seen us get this style of a stand, so that way you can actually display them. But for the purpose of this video, just to make it easier for you to see them all, I'm going to put them on the bleachers. So go ahead and get this organized, and we'll cut right back. There are all 20 figures out of the package. Yes, there's 20. There's a couple of them that are like a half a figure, but still 20. So we got Thel Vandermeer, we got the Brute Captain, the Flood Human Combat Form, the Red and the Blue Mark 6 Spartans, Brute Honor Guard, Elite Counselor, we've got 2401 Penitent Tangent. I'm probably not pronouncing that name right. Oh well, you can correct me down in the comments. Elite Flood Form, we've got the Prophet of Regret in the hologram. We've got the Mark 6 Master Chief with the kind of weathering done to his armor. We've got the Marine Pilot, ODST Stacker, Tartarus, Marine Corporal Palmer, the Heretic Grunt, the Grunt Spec Ops, Cortana, Sergeant Johnson in his dress blues, and then 343 Guilty Spark. We'll bring each of the characters in for a closer look. I've got a few comparisons to do with a couple of the figures, and we'll go from there. And here is the pile of stands that I'm not currently using, since I prefer the bleacher look. We'll start from the top left of the back of the package and work our way down, starting off with the Master Chief here. He's in this lime green color that kind of represents the Halo 2 armor. He's got these white marks that are supposed to represent like weathering pretty much on every piece of his armor except for his thighs. His chest plate, groin piece, legs, both shoulders, his wrists, I think have got it. Yeah, he's got some on his wrists as well. Then he comes dual-wielding SMGs in this set. Next up, we've got Sergeant Johnson, who unfortunately suffers a bit of QC issues with his head there. As you can tell, you've got that piece of white poking out where it's not supposed to. His mustache is also kind of off-centered, which is fine. It also doesn't really look like Johnson, in my opinion. It just kind of looks like a generic Marine. Just like a generic guy. And then, as you can tell, the hat is molded in white, and then it's painted gold and black. He's just in this white dress uniform. He's got his medal there. Is that Purple Heart? Almost looks like it's Purple Heart there. I don't know. That might be the medal that he gets awarded during the award ceremony, but to me it looks like it's Purple Heart, which he probably did get wounded during the battle, so that works. Nothing on the back, and then you got some gold print on the wrists. No print on the legs, and they're just done in straight white. I don't remember if that's accurate off the top of my head, if their boots were supposed to be white. I would think that they're supposed to be black, especially if their gloves are black, so I would have liked to have seen the boots be at least painted black. They are not a separate piece. It is one molded piece for the lower leg there. Next up is Thel Vandermeer. He's done in this gold and black armor that looks really good. It is the same armor found in the Universe Series 3 blind bag, just done in gold versus done in blue. You got extra printing on the chest there for the lights. And then he comes with the Halo 4-5 style of energy sword. Those lights if you didn't get a good look at it, because the camera's out of focus. He's got the new elite hands, which I think all of the elites in the set are going to have, including the Flood. And other than that, there's a little secret hidden underneath his chest armor there. Go ahead and pop that off. Maybe. There's that. See how easy it is to get off. Hold on. Okay. Really had to fight with it to get the chest plate off, but as you can tell there on his chest, he does have his, Arbiter branding that he gets branded with during the cutscene. So that is printed onto his chest there, and kind of this like purplish blue color. Got the Prophet of Regret, who's done in this gummy blue with yellow for the headdress, and then his head's kind of more of like a clear light blue versus torso that's more of a dark blue. Not necessarily dark blue, but like a medium blue versus light blue. No accessories. He does not come with a chair, which is kind of a disappointment, because I think the only time you ever see him as a hologram, he's in a chair, and the chair is in the hologram as well. So it would have been good to get it. Unfortunately, we don't get it. So he is kind of the meh figure, and I'm going to go out on a limb and probably say he's the worst figure to get in this set. Next up, we have the Elite Council member. He is very unique with his headdress here, which is done in this white plastic with gray and lime green printed on. Other than that, removing his helmet, he is the exact same as that same blue Elite and then the gold Thel Vandermeer from earlier, just in white with the exception of his helmet. Otherwise, he's identical to those two characters. He's got the Halo 4-5 style of energy sword here for his weapon. He is a cool figure to get, and he's actually one of the reasons I bought this set was just for this specific character, for something that I'm working on. ODST Stacker. Very cool to see the Halo 2 ODST. Me personally, I prefer the Halo 3 style of ODST helmet versus the Halo 2 style. That's my personal preference. Your preference may differ. But it is still cool to get the Halo 2 style of ODST. And it is also supposed to be Sergeant Stacker, who is one of the options for voices for ODSTs during the game. He comes with the SMG in gray. Then on both legs, he's got these leg straps from Call of Duty with some ammo pouches on each side. No backpack, unfortunately. And then we've got that new mold for the helmet here with the visor and kind of like a purple color. And then I think that's also a new mold for his chest plate. And then we've got the shoulders, which I'm not sure if these were new shoulders for this set or not off the top of my head, but they look like they could have been. Next up, we've got the Marine Pilot, who's done in this kind of olive drab green that looks very good. Underneath, you've just got the generic bald Marine head, this kind of that tan, like Hispanic, light skin color of skin tone with black eyebrows. Pilot helmet, he comes with a Magnum in black. And then we'll compare him to the only other pilots I have. I have the pilot from Pelican Inbound, and then the white kind of Hornet pilot that came in one of the blind bag series. I don't recall off the top of my head which series, but there he is compared to them. I'm going to get him out of the way because he's the least representative of them. But they do have the same helmet here between the pilot from Halo Infinite and the Marine pilot from Halo 2. Same helmet, just different colors. This is more of like a brownish green with the gold lens versus the more infinite green with black. The Spec Ops Grunt is next. He's just your generic grunt in purple, and he comes with a purple needler. And that's about all I got to say about him. Moving on to our more interesting grunt, we've got the Grunt Heretic. This is one of two generic Heretic fighters that are available in the Mega line, the only other one being the Heretic Elite that comes in the Arbiter Quest. This grunt here has a unique helmet, unique back, like harness, and then he comes with the old style fuel rod from the earlier Halo games with the removable fuel rod cells. So this piece here comes out, and you can slot that back in as you please. It's kind of a tight fit, so just be aware of that. It's not really going to fall out on you, but yeah, don't want to go in. There we go. Got to line it up Gotta get it in the right hole. I'm sure there's jokes to be made there, but I'm not gonna make it. So, Heretic Grunt here, definitely the cooler of the two grunts, and you got some extra print on the back. Well, I guess that's the side. Those are sides, so it's not a front and a back. It's a side, left side and a right side. And you got some like reddish orange print there on the front side of it. Next up, we'll move over to our Elite combat form. This is our Flood Elite in the set. He's done in kind of this more vibrant blue, almost like a violet purple blue. And then his Flood tendrils are done in kind of this more brown color. If we bring in our Elite that came in the Floodgate Firefight, you can tell just by looking at them, they are very distinctly different colored. This one's got more of like a bronze look to the flood bits, and then the blue is more of a dull matte color compared to the new the one that comes in the 20th character pack. And then the Floodgate one also has red tendrils versus the brown ones that are on the Halo 2 character pack one. Other thing of note, this flood form does not come with a weapon. I don't know why not. They could have easily thrown in a plasma rifle, plasma pistol, energy sword. Literally any weapon would have worked, but they didn't. Next up, we've got our human combat form, who, doubling off of the Elite, does not have a weapon for some reason. Of note, with this human combat form, he does have Elite hands. For some reason, it actually works with this character. In my personal opinion, it actually looks good, because it kind of looks like it's mutated, like his fingers fused together, or two of them fell off, or something along those lines. But it totally works for the Flood aesthetic. He also has this tendril in kind of this reddish-brown color, and then he's got more of a dull shine to the Flood parts. His head is not painted. If we bring in our Halo 3 Flood form from the Halo Heroes Series 18, you can kind of tell what I mean by unpainted, because this guy's got the eyes painted, hair painted, everything's painted on it, versus this guy that's just cast in that tan color and that's it. This guy's also kind of in that bronzy color versus the more matte tan color. They do have the same chest plate. So if I bring him in closer, you can kind of tell that is actually the same chest plate. So he is wearing the Halo 3 style of chest plate with the Halo 2 legs and arm. I'm going to do 343 Guilty Spark and Penitent Tangent together, just so you know, so that way I don't have to rehash the same thing twice. They are identical figures. Otherwise, you get 6 pieces making up their total build. You get the 1 piece for their stand down here in black, clear flight stand, and then you've got kind of a centerpiece with 2 pieces on the outsides, and then you've got the color coding for the eyes. And you can swap those between the 2 figures if you wanted to have the red for the attack mode and the blue for the docile mode. And if I bring in the 343 Guilty Spark that came in the 20th anniversary character pack, they are totally different, and you could honestly say that they're 3 different 343 Guilty Spark model droids, whatever they're called. I forget their exact name off the top of my head, but you get what I mean. They are totally different colors. This is more of like a gunmetal gray. It's got flakes, like reflective flakes in it, so it's like a gunmetal versus silver, and then versus the gold bronze color. Next up, we got Tartarus. Comes with the Fist of Rook for the first time, which is a 2-piece build for his unique gravity hammer. And then as for him himself, he's kind of done in the Halo 2, Halo Wars style of brute armor, gold left shoulder, gray harness, gray right shoulder, and a gray metallic collar. Next up, we've got the legendary Brute Honor Guard. This was the first time we ever officially got this figure. There was a prototype old articulation Honor Guard Brute that was seen but never released. So this was the first time we ever actually got an Honor Guard version of the Brute. He comes with the new mold for the plasma rifle, which we also saw with the same Blue Elite that we've referenced a few times. He has the same weapon but in purple. Compared to the old plasma rifle, it's about half the size, give or take, and it's a harder plastic versus the more rubbery plastic of the old one. As for the Honor Guard himself, he's got brown fur, he's got the old style of Halo Wars Brute head, and then he's got this Honor Guard helmet that pops off very easily. I've had it come off several times already. And then he's got gray armor with red and gold accents, and he's got this little flag here. We'll see it again here in a moment, but he's just got a 3-piece build, peg into his back, bar and then the flag itself, which is done in a solid red color. It would have been better to see it in translucent red, but, you know, we got it. That's better than not getting it. Next up is the Brute Captain. You will notice he does have the same flag that the Honor Guard had. He also comes with the Brute shot and kind of this dark gray metallic. And then as for the Brute himself, he's got kind of light blue armor similar to what Tartarus had, but in light blue versus the gold and the gray. And then as for this Brute, he is pretty much identical to the one that came in Universe Series 2, I want to say was the blind bag series that this guy came in. They're almost identical. Really the only difference, and I don't think it's showing up that well on camera, is that the neck armor and the helmet are slightly a different color, and then the legs are slightly different as well. But otherwise, these guys are identical. And maybe the sheen to the brown is slightly different, but they're made to be pretty much identical. And that compares to the Universe Series 3 Brute, which is light gray with purple armor, compared to these two guys. Next up, we've got our blue and red Mark 6 Spartans. I'm going to do these guys together since they're identical, just different colors, similar to what we did with the Oracles. So blue Mark 6 comes with the gray battle rifle, and then the red Mark 6 will have the beam rifle, which I believe this was the first time we'd gotten the beam rifle for quite a while. I can't think of any other times we've gotten one in purple. We got the clear one in, I want to say, Infinite Series 3, maybe? We had a clear one with the Jackal Sniper, which we'll touch on later. But that is your two multiplayer Spartans. Next up, we've got Corporal Palmer, who's our Halo 2 style Marine. This is identical to the pilot, just with a different helmet and a different head. Otherwise, they are the same. So, with our Corporal Palmer here, you get this shotgun in black, which is the Halo 2, Halo 3 style of shotgun. Remove that, you got the same thing that you saw with the pilot, kind of lime green, metallic green for the armor. Got the Halo 2 helmet. To remove that, you've got this head, this kind of like ginger, red-headed hair color underneath, which is the same one that we've seen before with some of the female Marines, and then we saw it in black with the elephant sand nest on a male torso. This is on a male torso, in case you're curious. We have seen that before for Infinite Marines with the platoon pack. It did come on this female Marine here, which if you look at it, it is same head, just different hair color. So there is that. See here, do some comparisons with some of the other Marines that are out. So obviously there's your Infinite Marine. Look at that better into focus. Infinite Marine. A Halo 3 Marine with Sergeant Stacker here. A Halo CE Marine coming from the blind bags from Universe Series 3. Got one handy, so here's a FleetCom Marine, which, in case you were curious, this is not the same shade of green, just so you know. And then the only other Halo 2 Marine I have is going to be the Universe Series 2 blind bag Marine. I do not like this guy. He is way too lime green in my opinion. So this one is a far superior figure over the blind bag one, in case you were curious. Definitely get this one if you're gonna army build. Our final character in the character pack is going to be Cortana in purple. She comes with a little black stand, and that's about all there is to say about her. Purple, she's got, I think, a little bit of print. Yeah, she's got like some purple print on the purple figure, kind of represent the lines on her, you know, her. So you got that. There are all of your figures in the set. If I were to rank worst and best figures, worst figure is definitely going to go to Prophet of Regret here. And if I had to pick the best figure, it's kind of a toss-up, but I'm going to go with these two tied at first place for the Honor Guard and the Council Member. Both of these figures are worth getting just for the price tag of the set, which is $50. Occasionally, you might be able to find this on Amazon for slightly cheaper, but regular retail is $50. Changes that I'd make to the set. First change I would do is probably drop the multiplayer Spartans. At least change them to solid colors for sure, but I would actually say to drop them and not even have to drop their weapons, because what I would do is With the blue Spartan, he's already got a battle rifle. What I would do is just add another Marine, but add a female Marine. Because that was kind of an iconic thing with Halo 2, is they added the females to the Marine ranks, because you didn't have that during Halo CE. You just had male Marines. So I would say add a female Marine here. And then as for the red Spartan, drop him in favor of a Jackal Sniper and give him the beam rifle. Because Jackal Snipers were very iconic to Halo 2, especially on the second mission when you go to Sniper Alley on Legendary. If you've ever done it on Legendary, especially Lasso, you know what I'm talking about. Pain. The other things I would do, 343 Guilty Spark and Cortana, I'd probably say drop those in favor of other characters, because those two, there are more than one way to get them, and I would say to drop them because they're not really massable characters. You could say the same thing about the Elite Flood form, but I would say to keep him for sure. Maybe add a Brute Flood, which we did get with Halo Universe Series 3 blind bags. And that will segue into opening our Universe Series 3 blind bag, because I don't really have any other changes I'd want to make with the set. So I'm going to move that back, and we'll go ahead and get this guy open. And we've got an active camo Jaga. Not a bad figure to get. This was the ultra rare from this series. So, and those of you who've been paying attention to the videos know that I'm going to be opening a blind bag at the very end of every video that I do going forward, at least when it relates to Halo Mega. So there's a Halo Mega figure. Get that out of the way. We don't need it. There's Jaga. There is the Halo 2 character pack, and I got nothing else for you. Go ahead and comment any changes you'd want to make to the set down below. While you're down there, like the video, and if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do so. Other than that, peace out.